Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, this is another episode of the Los Angeles Lakers MyNBA series. I don't know why it took so long to say that, but we are here in season 3 and we're here to break down the off season we just had. It's not going to be a super long video, but I needed to tell you who we picked up in the off season and who we let go of. So without further ado, let's get into our four only acquired 4 people in the offseason. Our 4 offseason additions. Number 1 is Mark Williams. That is our biggest splash. We signed him in free agency. The Hornets didn't match, which I thought was a little weird, but I mean, we gave him a lot of money. 3 years, $80 million. He averaged 12 points per game, 11 rebounds, an assist, a steal, a block, almost 2 turnovers, shot 54% from the field. He's not a stretch big of any, imagination, but he is somebody who's going to roll the rim hard. He's going to grab rebounds, and he's going to protect the rim at an elite level. And I think that's somebody we really need next to Vander Williamson, because Aiden was cool, but he would have times where he wasn't doing anything. He was just taking mostly jump shots. Like, sometimes it would fall, that's cool, but we need somebody who's going to protect the rim. That was our biggest problem against the Pelicans in that series in the playoffs. So, well, why not get a rim protecting center? And with the next addition, why not double down on that and pick up Daniel Gafford, who does the same thing, but he is not as good as Mark Williams. But he's a lot cheaper, though. $12 million a year for Daniel Gafford. I love that signing for us. He didn't sign back with the Mavericks. Like I said, with Mark Williams, he's somebody who's going to roll to the rim. He's going to protect it at a high level. He's going to get blocks. He's going to rebound. He's going to get offensive rebounds. He's super athletic. He's one of the most athletic centers in the NBA. So, I mean, that's perfect to pair next to Vander Williamson and Austin Reeves, who love to throw lobs. So that's why we picked him up. And then with Marvin Bagley, we didn't need him anymore. We have Vincent Iwuchukwu, Mark Williams, and Daniel Gafford. So we traded him to the Grizzlies for a struggling Vince Williams, who just had maybe the worst year of his career besides his rookie season. He averaged 8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 1.5 turnovers, but his shooting splits were ridiculously bad. 34% from the field, 29% from 3, 78% from the free throw line. So his value was super low, and so was Marvin Bagley's. So we just swooped in there, got another wing that he's a little unique. He can handle the rock a little bit. Memphis in real life this year, they had him running the show a few times, and he actually looked very good. So we'll experiment. I've already played a few games. I'll show you that, and I like him. I think he was a steal. And then in the draft with the 29th pick, we picked up Georgios Amantidis from overseas, where he played in a Greek basketball league. 8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 2 turnovers, 2 steals. He's got great hands. He's not really a good shooter at all, but he's very raw. He's 19 years old. He's like 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. Just somebody to develop if he can develop over the years. And those are our offseason additions. Now coming back to the roster, this is what it looks like. I told you I've played a few games. I've actually played a lot of games, but I hate making the first game play. So let's look here at the schedule. We are 13-8. Our first game I'll be showing you guys is the in-season tournament championship against the Detroit Pistons. They have a really good squad this year again. They're 16-6. James Harden's kind of fallen off a cliff. They lost Jalen Duren though. Oh yeah, y'all was coming, but they have basically the same team they've had for a while now. They're pretty good. But yeah, you look at this, we're 13-8, and that's iffy for us. I feel like we should be better than that. But if you look at the standings, we're still the 4th seed. It could be the 6th seed. It's a very loaded West yet again. We've won 4 games in a row, so we've had the benefit of moving up with ease. But a big thing I've noticed with this team is Bilal Coulibaly really did not develop at all in the offseason, offensively at least. He doesn't show anything different than he did last year offensively, and he was almost benched at times in that series. His efficiency has went down again. except for the free throw line, he got it up, which, I mean, you better, because 57% from the free throw line is terrible. Yeah, he's averaging 0.1, points per game. But he's somebody who I might look to get rid of, because I gave him another offseason to develop, and he really hasn't shown me anything offensively. Now, defensively, he's fine. But, I mean, you can always get defense. If I wanted somebody who couldn't play defense, but, or who could be amazing defensively but could play offense, I'd just go and get Jared Vanderbilt. I would. Another guy, Taylor Hendricks, really hasn't played much at all this year. I just don't see it from him. 2 points per game, 30% from the field. He didn't really develop it at all. He's just a catch and shoot guy at this point in his career, and he's an okay defender. I'd rather play a guy like Vince Williams, who I have been playing, and he's having a very good year. Shooting 40% from three. He's got 9.4 points per game. He can play great defense. McBride had a rough start to the season, but he's picked it up tremendously. 42% from the field. Taurean Prince hasn't really played at all. So maybe to trade these two guys. And another guy, Austin Reeves, I'm a little bit iffy on. I'm going to wait to the trade deadline to really make a decision. I mean, you can see he's having a good year. 18 points per game, 5 assists. But at times this year, his defense has been getting absolutely torched. Like, he's been getting just torched by anybody. Like, Bruce Brown was killing him, like, a lot. So I don't want that to happen. So, yeah, those two guys. Damn, man, I'm yawning a lot. This video is gonna suck. But those two guys, maybe somebody we want to trade. And then I need to show you guys my settings for gameplay. How do I get to that? Yeah, CPU versus user. Here's the user. I just got this from Popboy Hall of Fame. I've adjusted a few things to make it, more realistic from what I've seen. Sometimes it's too hard, sometimes it's too easy. Or past successful, something like that, or past accuracy. You need to raise that up, because otherwise you will have the worst passes I've ever seen. I think I left all of these alone, basically, except for hustle. And stamina, I think. Fatigue rate, take inside shots. I mean, these don't matter because you're the one playing the game. And the fouls, you gotta take the shooting down to 50 because you're gonna foul on every jump you make. Then CPU, these I would really keep them a little bit lower than I have, because these are really high. It was getting just a little too easy to have success. That's why we're kind of struggling to start this year. And in the playoffs, we lost that, bad to the Pelicans, because I raised everything up to make it harder and more realistic. But yeah, these are hard, man. These are really hard frequencies. I just wanted to see the, CPU do good stuff, and they have been. And it's been actually really fun to play against them. And very challenging. But yeah, I like these sliders. It makes it very realistic. It plays like the real NBA if you can get the attributes down and the tendencies of like the other players. Like Giannis is somebody who you need to fix. Zion, because they take a bunch of pull-up mid-ranges if you don't fix that tendency. And I'll show you in just a second what I mean after I finish showing you all these. But if we go here to Giannis, if we go here to his tendencies, you need to put all his close shots at basically 100, right? His mid-range is 17. That's cool. He does take them in real life. But this, where is it? Contested, no. This tendency right here is really bad. Because a lot of players have it that can't shoot. 20 pull-up, okay, he does it sometimes in real life. He never shoots a pull-up 3 in real life, like the animation that he does in the game. If we go here and we look at the highest, these kind of make sense. Ja doesn't shoot that a lot, though. He really doesn't, but he will. Tatum, if there was a higher one, I'd give it to him. But sometimes you'll see weird players in here, like Julius Randle, I guess. I'm trying to find somebody who doesn't really belong in here. Maybe these guys. I don't know. But you'll see. Eventually, we'll get to the point where players who don't really shoot threes like that shoot a ton of pull-up threes. And basically, all I have to do is just sag off of them, and then they'll shoot the three, and then boom, it's easy. So that's one of the things to making it more realistic. But that's a lot of yapping, man. I got a lot of allergies right now. But yeah, just want to show you our off season, show you what the next game was going to be. I'm probably going to show 4 or 5 games this year, maybe a few doubleheaders in there. I think we're going to play this game against the Pistons, then we're going to play this game against... I was going to do the Thunder, but we're going to play this game against the Spurs on Christmas, and then maybe the Celtics right here. Or we could play the Wolves on the 8th. And then I want to play against the Knicks. And shit, probably the Thunder too. So we can do a doubleheader right here. And I think that would be very fun. But yeah, that's going to be the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys have been amazing with the commenting and support. So just keep commenting. Keep telling me what you want to see. I want to try different stuff. I don't want to do my league all the time, even though I do. Just to branch out. But, just keep saying you like it. It helps a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.